Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about some Sephora favorites. I have literally rounded up my holy grail makeup, okay? Makeup products that work, that I never want to be without, and they are all available through Sephora. I'm also going to touch on a couple of fragrances that I have been trying. Are they full bottle worthy? I don't know. We will see. So without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. All right, you guys, so before we start, as always, be sure that you are subscribed to my channel. And if you find any value in the content along the way, give me a big thumbs up. So today's video is done in partnership with Sephora. And as always, I'm going to recommend that you sign up for the Beauty Insiders program. If you do not shop Sephora often or you're not familiar, it is a points-based tier system. Depending on where you fall in the tiers, you get exclusive access, savings, and you can even apply those points as cash towards certain purchases. And it is just a great way to reap some benefits and rewards for shopping through a store. I don't know about you, but I love when I can stack points and maybe get a freebie or some free samples or, you know, deluxe samples, because I'm already buying things that I'm gonna buy anyway. I'm a Sephora's girly. You all know this. That is my #1 place to shop for beauty. And if Sephora doesn't have it, I'll go elsewhere, but my first stop is always Sephora. So when we're talking about makeup, you cannot neglect the skin underneath. So before I start a full beat down, it is important that my skin, yes, mature skin over 40, you need to be very, very well moisturized and hydrated. And when you're talking about applying a lot of powders to the face, a lot of makeup, you need a really substantial moisturizer, more so than like just your everyday light makeup wearing type of thing. If you're gonna do a real beat down, I highly recommend using something with the consistency of like a night cream, and that is what I have, the TATCHA Dewy Skin Cream. It is pricey, but when I tell you, this one was a repurchase a few times, and it just, something about this formulation, you guys, I don't know what it is, but this is like my favorite thick moisturizer. I put this on every night, and again, before I do a really serious beat down, this goes on my face. I find that it helps to smooth out any fine lines I have, which is usually right here on my forehead and under my eyes. It really does do the trick. So if you're looking for a bomb moisturizer that just is transformative for the skin, honestly, is going to be this Dewy Skin Cream for sure. So after you apply a really good moisturizer, you primed, you prepped all the good things, I actually like to set my primer with a powder, and I use this Sephora brand powder. This is the Microsmooth Multitasking Bake Face Powder in the shade 56 or Mahogany. I put this again over my primer to set my primer before I even go in with my base foundation. And once my face is finished and I am setting all of my foundation and things in place, I go over my face again with this. This is probably like my 4th one of these, and for as long as they make it, I will repurchase. I've tried to venture off, purchase, I guess, like more pricey versions of like a setting powder or baking powder, but this one, there's something about the tone of this color and the way it just ties all my makeup together. This so far has just been unmatched, and so I will continue to go back to this. Yeah, and the price is right. So hey, the Sephora brand makeup, don't sleep on it. I'm telling you, do not sleep on their blushes, their powders, their lip products, period. Okay, so the next thing I want to highlight is, of course, the foundation. I've had quite a few of you ask. I have used many different foundations throughout the 3 years of having my channel, but when I found out that they were discontinuing my beloved Kat Von D Locket, I started looking for a new holy grail, and Makeup by Mario has not only taken that spot and filled it very well, but I don't miss my old foundation because it is drier and it is really thick and heavy, but this gives me the coverage of that. But this wears like skin. Like if you go light on this, it wears like skin so beautifully. They are almost like these microscopic like shimmer reflective flakes that you can't see unless you really get up close to this this bottle. But what it does is it reflects like natural skin, and it's so beautiful that you can get a full beat down coverage with 2 pumps. That's what I use, 2 pumps when I'm doing a full beat down. If it's just a regular day going to work, whatever, then it's 1. But this is so beautiful. It's so versatile, and it stays on your skin forever. Once you have applied this and you top it off with a really good fixing spray, which we will get into later, honey, this look is going nowhere. 10-12 hours, you're still gonna look really fresh, beat, period. I'm telling you, it works, and I stand by this product. This is actually in the shade, because I know what some of y'all wanted the shade. It's 21W. Perfect match for my skin. So the next product that I use is just really unique in the way it applies up under the brows, and gone are the days where you have to get the brush and then you got to go up under your eyebrows with the concealer and you got to blend it all out. It's a whole thing. It can get messy. It can like be a little easy to mess up if you're not used to doing your makeup all the time every day. But when I tell you, I want to stock up on these, because if they ever leave the market, this Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Pencil primes your eyebrows so beautifully. So once you have, you know, done your eyebrows with your powder or pencil, whatever, you do want to kind of cut out up under the brow to make them really defined. I don't cut out above my brow anymore. Like, I stopped that years ago. Just up under, because what you want to do is lift the brow. And if you're highlighting above and below, it's like, what are we doing? We want to lift the brow. We don't want to lift and lower and just confuse our brows, okay? This, you guys, is literally almost like a hardened format, but still really easy to apply concealer. And so you literally, I just do 1 line of this little chunky pencil, and you just brush down at the very end of that line that you drew, and that is it. You get a perfect brow. People will spend an hour on brows. You know how long it takes me to do my brows from beginning to end? 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and because this is just key. It is key, okay? So the next Holy Grail product that I want to use, oh, and this is in the shade, let me look. I think it's 2, but let me make sure. No, it's 3, base 3, the darkest color. The next one that I want to highlight is a baking powder, the Huda Easy Bake Powders. They are just really hard to outdo. And when I was able to finally get my hand on the cherry blossom color that everyone kept buying up as soon as it would come back in stock, they just weren't making enough of these when they first launched, but now they are. And so it's not so hard to get. But since I have started using the cherry blossom cake bake, I have not left its side, okay? So this, it doesn't matter your skin tone, you guys. This is going to give you the most beautiful highlight up under that eye that you will ever find. And I just find that I don't ever want to be without this powder. It is so beautiful. It's got this wonderful coverage, and it just works with my skin. My makeup does not look cakey or crease or any of that up under the eyes ever. And I just cannot let go of these Easy Bake Powders. I cannot. This is such a holy grail and will probably always be. Okay, so next I want to touch on a palette, but really, you guys, any of her palettes are just a dream. The formulations, I've mentioned this before, are just top tier, and they are so worth the price tag. I feel like, I think these will have 16? Yes, 16 colors. They're going to last you forever. I haven't had to repurchase any of my Natasha Denona's, probably because I have so many palettes, I'll never be able to get through them before they expire. But this one that we're going to feature today is the My Dream palette. But I'm telling you, any of her palettes, they just pick one that you feel like you would use the most colors of and rock with it, because you're going to get so much use out of the palette. The payoff is phenomenal. You put these on your brush, 1 tap, okay, to get any excess off. You apply it, you will not have any of that fallout ever. And I just find that they are just so amazing. The colors that she put together, this is the palette I'm wearing today, of course. They're just so beautiful. Classic, but still very modern, and I just cannot get enough of these. Honestly, I cannot. Okay, next up is a question I used to get quite a bit, and it's about what lash I wear. Y'all, I don't deviate from Lilly's lashes ever. Okay. Today I'm wearing Miami. This too is Miami, but this is like Miami that's like on its last leg. I've worn this probably a good 20 times. You get a lot of wear out of the mink lashes, and they are pricier, I think like 30, but honey, you're going to get like a lot of the cheap lashes. You can wear them once or twice. You can reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse these, so they're definitely worth that investment. Because baby, nothing looks like a Lilly lash. I'm so sorry. Just flawless, easy to apply, and they look and feel so luxurious on the eye. Either you're going to see me wear Miami or Miami Flare, but Sephora actually sells the Miami. So yeah, you guys, that's the lash secret, Lilly's lashes. So next up is going to be one of the most beautiful pinky coral blushes with some beautiful reflective quality. And what I'm wearing today is from NARS. NARS is just, the blushes are it, okay? And this is in the shade Orgasm X. This is like Orgasm, but it's got a lot more of that coral peachy tone to it compared to like that really pink quality of the original Orgasm. And this is going to be much better suited for the girlies of color or deeper skin tones, or if you just want just a little bit more of a warm pop to your original Orgasm. It does have the gold reflective flakes. Keep that in mind if you're not one that really loves like those reflective shimmers. I find that, however, the way that NARS does theirs, it doesn't get chunky. Like I know the FENTY, they have some with the reflective. I mean, those glitters are glitterally, okay? They are really, really chunky, and you just have to be going for a certain look to want that and to pull that off. And yeah, but this one, beautiful for everyday wear, beautiful for on camera, and I just love it. It's like holy grail blush, absolutely. So the next product I want to talk about is Smooth Under Eye. Once you have applied your concealer of choice, I highly, highly, highly recommend you get a doe foot brush and that you go pat up under your eye to smooth it out and lock it in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation in whatever shade that is closest to your concealer color. So something really bright. If you're trying to brighten up under those eyes, you always want to go several shades above your regular skin tone or foundation. And so for today's look, this is 310. It's very, very bright, okay? Nothing I will put out here, but up under the eyes all day. 310, I wear for camera. 345, I wear in real life because I want a more dramatic look for on camera. Things tend to get washed out. So my full beat colors are not necessarily my everyday colors. But 310 is what I have on today. This is going to get your under eye look so smooth. You apply your concealer, then you apply this, and then you go in with your loose baking powder. I'm telling you, you are going to get the most flawless under eye ever. Do you see the smooth transition? This is the game changer in your under eye routine, okay? So next up, I want to talk about bronzer. I am a very, chocolatey gal, and we can use bronzers too, heavily. And sometimes it can be challenging to find one that's dark enough to bronze someone that is naturally bronzy. But bronzer is so very necessary. Once you have applied all this doggone foundation and the powders, you're going to look very pale and washed out. You've got to bring that color back to your face to avoid looking like a cake bake like face, okay? And this Charlotte Tilbury, I think this is in the shade 4, is very deep, dark, rich. Very, very beautiful and suitable for skin tones, my complexion, and even darker. I've known some really deep complected girls still be able to pull off a very beautiful bronze look with this number right here. And I think they actually go a shade darker now from when I purchased this one. So Charlotte, she has got some bomb powder products for sure. So next up, we need to get into highlight, honey. So we're going to highlight with one of the most phenomenal products that I have ever come across, because you're not going to find anything quite like it on the market. So this is Do It, and this is in the shade Morning Dew. This is from Danessa Myricks, Black Beauty owner, okay? And for so long, I was a fan of her makeup looks, and when she announced that she was actually launching her own line, I could not help but to support this woman because I love her. And y'all, this balm is, you need it. Now, the secret to this is finding the right brush to apply it, because if you go with your fingers, this is not supposed to lift your makeup, but if you use your fingers, to me, it lifts your makeup. And for so long, I wanted to love this, but I just couldn't, because I just could not get the right application, but I have it now. So you need a dense brush, almost like the texture of like a foundation brush. Something that is a little wide and dense will do the trick. And you just tap it on, and then you blot it wherever you want a highlight. And so it's going to give you this mix between like balmy, slightly like wet, oily, but not greasy, and super shiny to where it's like greasy, off-putting. And that is what I have on. I don't have any powder highlight, anything on. This is almost like a clear with gold flecks. So that's what the look of Morning Dew It is. And I put it here and here on the sides of my forehead to reflect light. You can really see it on this side because of where the lights are positioned. And you can see it right there on my cheeks. And that's it. That's all we gotta do for a highlight look. You don't have to worry about highlight falling off, because I find that highlighter, blush, those are like the first to wear off on your look. But with this formulation, baby, that highlight is locked in and it's locked down, okay? Next up is going to be lip combo. So for my lips today, I have been telling y'all get these Fenty gloss sticks. I'm wearing the shade Hibiscus in the Fenty Beauty New Gloss Sticks. And I have topped it off with Fenty Heat in the color Fenty Glow. These together with your favorite brown lip liner. I am wearing Molasses lip liner from the Sephora brand. And you top it off with these two, you're going to have such a beautiful pinky nudie look, okay? And yeah, so that's the lip combo for today, because y'all always asking about this lip combo, child. But the star for finishing off my makeup is, and may at this point always will be, because I can't see another fixing spray touching this one. It is the Forever Selling Out One Size by Patrick Starrr. It's waterproof. It is going to literally not let the oils come through on your skin. That's me. Like when I'm filming, my skin gets very oily under these lights. It's hot Georgia heat. This is the first thing that has really locked my makeup down. It does not irritate my skin. And it doesn't make you look dry and cakey, but also not dewy. It is going to just give you a little bit of life to all the powdery products that you just applied. And I find that it's just the perfect look. Like, it's not dewy, it's not matte, it's just natural. It's going to give you a natural finish to your makeup. And it is literally going to help your makeup withstand the hours on the clock, because baby, 10 hours later, I'm going to still look just like this. No other spray has ever done that before. A lot of these sprays on the market are setting sprays, which is literally just going to bring your makeup back to life. It's going to give you a slightly, you know, fresher, maybe slightly wetter, dewier look, depending on how you apply it. But this literally fixes it. And there are a difference between fixing and setting sprays. I didn't know that for the longest. This fixes it in place. And even though most products now are just going to say setting spray, a fixing spray has a different whole list of ingredients, and they are more alcohol based. So this is the one for me. Like, I have found her, my daughter, honey, please don't let her get low. She will go into full on panic. What I find, if you apply this in 2 different layers, spray your face down once, let it dry, spray it again, you're locked in. 10, 12 hours all day. It doesn't matter if you have oily, dry combination skin. That spray has you covered. All right, lastly, we're going to get into 2 fragrances that I purchased, I've tried, and I don't know if they're full bottle worthy, you guys. So let's get into it. So this first one was one I did not have high hopes for at all, because the original one was such a hard no. And this is Devotion Intense from Dolce & Gabbana. So I would not dare purchase a full bottle blindly, but I wanted to give it a try. I do like this better than the original. This is definitely a true flanker. You are getting a lot of that original, but this does wear a little bit more vanilla forward, sweeter. You do get the nutty facets, but this is not a nutty perfume, because I was kind of like afraid of that. But trust me, the hazelnut does not go overboard on my skin, at least in this one. But it is really still giving just a little too much of that original DNA for me. I don't like the way the citruses are done in the original. And I'm kind of like, okay, I will probably keep this travel size and kind of get through it, but I don't love this. And it's a like, but just depending on where it is in the process of wearing it. I enjoy the opening more than I enjoy the dry down. Something about this just gets a little scratchy for me. And I'm going to say that if you did not like the original one, still test this first. Don't blind buy it, because you might not like this. These citrus gourmands, they're very hit or miss, usually a miss for me. And this one, unfortunately, is not full bottle worthy in my opinion. If you love the original, honey, you're probably going to love this one, because this one is giving definitely a little bit more sweeter, richer vibe, which I did not get at all from the first one. And a lot of people did, but I did not. Next up is going to be one from, is it Net or Netty? I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is the Vanille. And this is my first try from this particular house or line. And this immediately reminded me of a very beautiful fragrance that I already own. And that is Armani Privé's Blue Turquoise. So this is very similar, but this one is not going to be as bold, beast mode, loud, and maybe just a little bit less salty. But I find that this is going to be a fresher, probably more appropriate wearing experience for most. I find that Blue Turquoise can just be too much for people. It is very salty. It is very sandalwood heavy, and it is really strong. And that's supposed to be like a summer scent. So I would just find that to be probably overpowering for a lot of people in the dead heat. But this one is beautifully done. I don't feel like I need a full bottle of it, but this is a really beautiful salty vanilla fragrance. So if you're in the market for something like that, I think that you would enjoy it. So this has top notes of salt, mate, turmeric, cardamom. You have middle notes of magnolia and narcissus. You have base notes of vanilla, orris, and CO2 extracts. So this one, you do get those florals that really do help the scent out. Unlike Blue Turquoise, it's really not a lot of floral anything going on. It's literally like wood, salt, vanilla that you get from Blue Turquoise. And I find that the florals really do help break up what will otherwise be something probably a little bit too salty. You do get some spiciness from those top notes. You got the cardamom, the turmeric, but they're not overpowering. So I don't get too much of like a green presence, because there is a mate listed, but it is giving it somewhat of like an earthy quality. So you're getting the vanilla, the orris also helping to balance things out. But this is a very beautiful scent. I find that if you like fragrances like your holidays, but you want something maybe a little fresher and refined, not so sweet, you might like this. If you love Blue Turquoise, you want something a little lighter wearing, but still very beautiful and salty vanilla, you might like this. This is really beautiful. I just don't know that I would need a full bottle of this one. Again, this one is the Vanille, and this is from Net or Netty. How do you pronounce it, y'all? Y'all let me know in the comments. But y'all, that is my video for today. Lots of beauty. Y'all have been on me about creating beauty content. It takes me 2 hours to do my makeup, you guys. Do y'all really want to sit through 2 hours of a get ready with me? I don't know. I don't know or think you would enjoy that one. Y'all let me know. But these are definitely my makeup secrets, holy grails. If you want the look, here you go. I'm giving you the tools. I have done one get ready with me in the past, so I will link it below if you want to actually know the technique please check out that video below. But you guys, yes, a huge thank you again to Sephora for partnering with me on today's video. All of the products mentioned will be linked below. Again, check out their Beauty Insider program, and don't forget that you can get these things delivered right to your house same day if you can take advantage of same-day delivery, another perk. So again, you guys, all of this information and details on everything mentioned will be linked below. It has been real. Be sure you are subscribed to the channel. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.